I'm Chris Rowan. I'm a pediatric occupational therapist and biologist, and I'm here to talk about 10 reasons why we should not be using technology in schools with children under the age of 12 years. The ages 0 to 12 are formative, meaning that the foundations for child development are laid down during that time. And a lot of care needs to be taken to ensure that our children are immersed in environments that promote optimal development, behavior, and ability to learn. As well, during these formative years, children should be restricted from environments which prove to be unhealthy or even harmful. Due to an explosion in technology, overuse by young children throughout North America has caused many parents and teachers and therapists to see profound detrimental effects of technology overuse, and many are fighting back to reclaim their children. Refuse to Use is a worldwide movement by responsible and futuristic thinking parents and teachers to ban all school-based technology for children under 12 years of age and bring back the tried and true methods of teaching. As I stated earlier, the 0 to 12 years are formative for brain and body development and are a very fragile time when deprivation and damage can prove to be permanent. So 4 critical factors for enhancing child development and learning are movement, touch, human connection, and nature. Technology stops children from engagement in all 4 of these critical factors, and in some children is actually reversing brain and body development. Technology is sedentary, overstimulating, isolating, and results a lot of the time in child neglect, causing delays in child development, problematic behaviors, and limited attention and learning ability. Teachers teach, not technology. So join in the growing Refuse to Use movement by listening to the following 10 reasons to not use educational technology in schools with children under the age of 12. This document in its entirety can be located on our blog, movingtolearn.ca. Number 1, they don't need it. In fact, education technology appears to be doing more harm than good in the promotion of literacy and academic development. If education technology were really so great, why has Canada dropped from the top 10 in the PISA to 13, and the US is 27th on the world stage in reading, science, and math? Use it or you lose it really rings true with today's fast-paced technology, which doesn't require frontal lobe activity. And this has been known to now cause atrophy, which is being termed digital dementia, in the area that really should be growing. So number 1, they don't need it. Number 2, it's not been proven safe. We all know in 2011, the World Health Organization classified radiation emitted from all technology devices, including laptops, cell phones, tablets, Wi-Fi, routers, to be a class 2B carcinogen, which is a possible carcinogen. Health Canada followed with warnings to parents to take precautionary measures regarding tech use, and to not allow children under the age of 12 to carry cell phones in their pockets. In 2013, the American Academy of Pediatrics approached the Federal Trade Commission with a request to reinvestigate the radiation effects on children, citing that they have thinner skulls, more aqueous brains, causing more penetration for the radiation for children, and rapidly dividing cells. So number 2, it's not been proven safe. Number 3, pediatric guidelines are actively being ignored by the education system. So both the American Academy of Pediatrics and the Canadian Pediatric Society released policies stating the following limits: nothing for the 0 to 2 years, an hour a day for 3 to 5, and 2 hours a day for 6 to 18 years. Yet the average child is using 4 to 6 times that amount of entertainment technology before they even get to school. Additional school-based technology is all over the map, but an estimated average of 2 to 3 hours a day is happening in the school setting. So how can this happen? Teachers, school board, parents' advisory committees, right up to the highest levels of education government have not only sanctioned escalating usage of technology, but are encouraging it. Why are the pediatricians worried? Listen to this. So number 4 is sedentary bodies cannot learn. Research abounds that exercise enhances attention and learning, yet school playgrounds are deserted or non-existent, largely because they're boring and infantile due to fear of injury. Yet, school technology explodes. Term the learning paradox, e.g. the more you use it, the less you learn. Tablets and cell phones sit on the desks of the majority of today's students. As sedentary lifestyles become the norm, developmental delay and obesity escalate, right along with inability to pay attention and learn. So number 4, sedentary bodies can't learn. Number 5, highly anxious children cannot learn. Anxiety is the fastest growing child mental illness. Why? Technology isolates children from not only the attention of their teacher, but also from potential cooperative learning that could be happening with other students. Immersion in a virtual world that is fast-paced, immediate, me-focused, reward-based, and totally in the student's control causes immense transition difficulties back into the real world. Waiting, taking turns, socializing with other children are feared and difficult for the tech-immersed child. Poor self-regulation, tantrums, defiance, aggression, and explosive violence are now the norm for many of our students, creating a chaotic, stressful, and many times unsafe environment for our teacher and student alike. So highly anxious children cannot learn. Number 5. Sorry, that was number 5. Number 6. It's not researched evidence. While education technology holds promise, a lot of promise for the future, too much too soon has been shown to have perilous consequences. While every parent would like their child to grow up with the knowledge and skills they need to be successful as an adult, pushing apps around the screen at the age of 1 year of age is likely to result in exactly the opposite. The face of technology will significantly change over the next 5 to 10 years. It already has. I mean, we've only had tablets for 3 years. So teaching tech to toddlers now is senseless, and it's detrimental to their brain and body development. We want our children to be able to drive a car when they grow up, but we're not teaching this skill to a 2-year-old. We really need to get real on this. So education technology is not research evidence. Number 7, it's impossible to manage and monitor. Just recently, a school in LA had to recall all its iPads from its students as they couldn't keep them from accessing porn and video games, texting, Facebooking. So parents and teachers like to console themselves by thinking that our children are actually learning from these devices. And they do have the potential to learn, but they're predominantly using these devices as entertainment. So number 7, it's impossible to manage and monitor handhelds. Number 8, it's highly addictive. A 2009 study indicated 1 out of 11 children ages 8 to 18 are addicted to technology. Never in the history of humankind have we seen children with addictions. Difficult and expensive to treat. In the near future, this will be the job of every health and education professional, addressing student and family tech addictions. Schools wouldn't give their children cocaine or crack on a daily basis, yet they readily hand out equally as damaging devices to very, very young children. So starting now, we should be restricting tech usage and in the school setting, and this would send a message to students and parents. It's imperative to reduce the use of tech before it's too late. Well, it's already too late. Number 9, it displaces the basics. Every time we pick up a device, we are not teaching the basics. Remember the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic. Teaching printing is now passé, and tech is truly the flavor of the month. Reading and math are done on 2-dimensional screens, yet whenever a child's tested prior to age 12 years, it's done with a 3D pencil and paper. Printing is a motor task, and it needs to be instructed as such in the 3D with loads of repetition. As children are shown how to make their letters and numbers, they create a visual memory for later recognition of that letter and number when reading or doing math. When they practice printing over and over, their printing speeds get fast and allowing them to free up their brains for spelling, sentence production, and math. Not teaching children to print ensures illiteracy. So tech displaces the basics. Number 10, it's not sustainable. And I've been saying this for 5 years now. The ways in which parents and teachers are raising and educating their children with technology is not sustainable. It's time to rein in what I term the tech illusion and bring back research evidence ways of teaching our children. Determining the who, what, when, where, why, and how parameters of tech use and developing safe guidelines will ensure our children actually make it to the future. So join the Refuse to Use movement and stop the use of school-based technology with children under the age of 12 years until such time as research demonstrates it's safe and it's effective. Thank you very much.